Well, Gabby's outside.
She's outside,
I
yeah.
another staff for my Fresno office, or Hanford office, I don't know, Fresno office. George Andrews. And where's Tal at? Tal Lester, my chief of staff, is outside. There's Gabby. So these are the three of the staff down here in Bakersfield. This is the office. We've had it open now for longer. We had it open about a month after. This is just an open house. I've tried to talk to everybody individually just because it gives you more personal attention, and that's the way I did it in Hanford. The area, obviously, it's difficult because Hanford, we had about 150-some people. And this one, I think I'll get a chance to talk to everybody. My goal is to try to be closer and have those types of conversations. It makes it easier on you. It makes it easier on me. Right now, the biggest issue I'm hearing the most about, obviously, the Syrian war, or their war. I went back to D.C. Saturday afternoon. I got my phone calls and got on a plane, ended up in Washington, D.C. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. I went through the briefings, 2 different briefings, one on the House, one on the White House, their staff in the Capitol. I'm not supportive. I'm leaning no, me personally. So I do understand that some votes did happen today, and they were bipartisan, and they did pass a resolution out of at least one committee. I'm not sure what happened on the Senate side. So there seems to be some movement there. But with the members that I've talked to, I just don't see them getting the votes to get it done. That's just me personally. Good. I don't know what will happen from now till Monday or Tuesday. We hear sometime middle of next week. Another issue that's been facing the district quite a bit, obviously, water is something I've been spending a lot of time on. My district staff, or my DC staff, has been trying to work with a lot of the districts in the area, because I don't have a map in here of all the water districts, but I literally represent every water district that's having water issues. So, and every community that's having a tough time with water as well. So we're working pretty hard to make sure that we figure out something with the water. Legislation is going to be tough because it's not really a partisan issue. It's more of a regional issue. The southern part of the valley has issues, and the northern part of the valley has the water, and we're trying to find a way to accomplish some water for both, or at least some shared resources. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of Delta Smelt and what the issues they've caused with the Endangered Species Act.
What about LA? They take a lot of our water.
Well, and for consumer, and that's true, water does go, but those are people, and people over fish. We have to make sure we have enough water for our area as well, and that's where our fight is. My biggest fight is with the people, with the fish, and when they release 800,000 feet of water out into the ocean for no good reason. That's where our biggest issue is. So we're working on some legislation there. Immigration, the hot topic. That's one that Kevin McCarthy's been having a few protesters outside of his office. For me specifically, I've spent a lot of time on the issue. I've been very supportive. And I've been working with the process. It's been something that I've been involved in for years. And we're going to see if we can come up with something that works out of the Republican-controlled House that hopefully doesn't make too many people mad. The Senate obviously worked on their side. Now we're going to, everything else, with the Syrian war and everything else, I don't know how much time, but I'm a little afraid of what's going to happen now with our schedules. But we'll see if we can get something done there as well. I spent a lot of time with leadership on that, and for the most part, leadership's been pretty receptive to it. I've been meeting with all the different members that have introduced their piecemeal approach in Washington, and we'll see what happens from there.
I have a question. First of all, I want to thank you. Through you, after 50 years, I got my veterans benefits. Oh. All right. I have a rope, and I know that there are thousands of U.S. veterans that they have served active duty and honorable discharge have returned to their country. My brother did that, and all of them are entitled to U.S. citizenship. Okay, because of the active and honorable discharge. My brother went to take care of my parents. When it was time for him to return, the embassy told him, "We are not giving you a visa." And he said, "I'm entitled to U.S.
Have you called our office on this? Because this story sounds familiar.
No, but he never was allowed to return.
How long has it been?
40 years.
40?
40 years. And in the meantime, he became he acquired an attorney's license and became a presiding judge of a controlled substance narcotics tribunal. Had 17 judges working for him, and today he's a professor of criminal law. Okay, he could have been useful here, but at 68 years old, from Bolivia, narcotics area, he could be extremely wealthy man had he taken any bribes. But 68 is almost blind, he still needs to work. But he is not allowed to come back in the country, and that's what happened.
Can he serve our country?
He served 4 years, I believe, in the army in Fulda, Germany, in an armored division, facing an armored division of the Soviet.
Well, obviously reach towards Mike Brown.
So,
without getting into too much personal detail, if there's anything we can do, obviously that's what we're here for. That's why we have the open house, because we want to make sure everybody knows who our office is.
I mentioned because this is, I think, is an important. My brother is one, but there are thousands.
Congressman, would you share your thoughts on Obamacare?
Well, the Obamacare vote's coming out, I hear. I'm sure we can get a continuing resolution. We'll have to see what the game plan is on getting something done. We've obviously voted, 40 times to repeal Obamacare, but the Senate doesn't have to vote to do anything. And they're running their mouths right now, but they don't have to vote to deliver anything to us on their side. And they like to point fingers, but what are they going to do?
Seems like it's turning out to be a real nightmare.
Yeah.
Are we gonna defund it?
We'll see what kind of the Senate people, what they can bring to the table.
Okay.
When can we get an answer? I mean, are we going to wait to the 12th hour to get answers from our congressmen, or
The way it usually works on almost every issue, everything I've ever seen is they wait till the last minute, and that's one of the most frustrating things about politics.
Yeah, but like if we call your office and they say, you're going to vote today, they won't tell us. They still wait till after you vote, then they tell us to vote, or are you going to know that day, or are you going to do what
And the
you're
reason
told?
why that happens is because amendments are offered up until the very last minute, and you never know what's going to be added to that. If I come out publicly and say, I'm going to vote for this, and then the amendment comes and changes it completely, I can't. I don't want to be committed to vote for something that I don't agree with. So that's why that
They
happens like
voted
that.
for it without anybody even reading it the first time.
Well, I wasn't there for that one.
I know, I'm not blaming you, Congressman, but, when you want to see what's in it before you vote on it, I agree with that.
So the current people that served in Iraq, the same thing, they've been deported and they're not
Taking
getting
that tranche out and voting for the rest of the budget except for that. And forcing everybody to actually make a real vote as opposed to one of these repeal votes
And
that's for show.
I would guess the continuing resolution, some amendment would be offered to either do that or one side or the other. We'll have to see how it all plays out on the floor that day. But I would guess that something's going to be done. There will be a vote.
I'm off to go now.
And if
Alright, I gotta go to a funeral.
Okay, thank you.
To the point where we have to shut down the government.
Nice to meet you. Call me, alright?
Okay, well,
Thank you.
Change. I think we might need that one.
Okay. Excuse me?
Or is it Valley?
Alright, man. Nice to meet you, alright? Have a good one.
You work for him? Did you work for him?